Alright, so welcome to the Armored Warfare PTS on the 13th of June 2019. The only vehicles in your garage so far I can see are basically French. There is rain, and I believe this is Moscow. I have a lot of French premiums. So, it looks like at the moment we only get to the VAC. Speedo, is there anything else? Oh. So basically we have to advance these two. Alright, let's have a look at the Leclerc prototype then. So, well, it looks like a Leclerc. Modules and shit, let's see what's on it. Sportliner, maintenance kit, maybe. Increased protection by 15%. Huh. So, judging at that, 583mm lower plate, that's actually pretty decent for tier 7. 688, so 583. So let's see what that does with the improved kit then. $583? 591. So not really much of a difference, is it? That may just be a simple protection for the modules overall. So, not really particularly confident about that. I mean, in all honesty, I would prefer to go for the smoke grenades because, hey, we've got a fuck ton of grenades, might as well use them. Go for those guys as well. And then you have the option between steel armor screens and steel composite screens. I'm kind of unsure what they actually do, but oh well. Armor screens. Alright. So this is it with steel armor screens. Kind of genuinely unsure what the difference is. I do have to remind you that this is like test server, so not really much is happening in 440. That means that autocannons aren't going to go through the side armor. Basically garbage. Ammo rack in the front, but it is protected unlike most Leopards. And then composite armor screens. Some thickness upgrades, I think. I'm kind of unsure really. Then again, this is the test server, so results may vary. What else? So we have the choice between an improved commander sight, better heat rounds. I'm pretty sure the better heat rounds are probably the better things. Improved gunner sight, stabilizer, FCS. To be honest, the aim time reduction is probably going to be the most useful one. And then we have the choice between better AP shells. The stock ones have 670 pen. 700 is obviously going to be the way to go, in all honesty. That basically beats out the autoloader. And then there's either improved target, and I believe the magazine autoloader is probably something to do with swapping shells. Designated ability. Disability. Okay. Kind of unsure that looks funny. Right, let's try that magazine autoloader first. Choice between tracks and everything. Well, I mean, in all honesty, always go for the tracks. That seems to be the better option. So let's pick you. Pretty standard French stuff here. Improved drive sprockets and suspension. Don't really need to bother about the suspension. Turret traverse speed, turn-in speed. I imagine the turret traverse speed is probably going to be more useful. And then we have the option between the improved turbine or the customized transmission, which gives a better reverse speed. But in the end, basic acceleration is probably going to be a lot better. So this is it as it looks at the moment. Let's see about that rock camouflage. So that was rock 2, and we wanted to go for rock 1. Rock 1 is... there you go. Looks amusing to say the least. Alright, let's try this thing out in the testing grounds. However, this may or may not load, so if it doesn't load, we'll simply just, you know, go and do something else. I believe on the test server there is a bunch of issues relating to the vehicles and everything. It says list of issues here. Leclerc, T40 and T4 are currently not ready for testing. Their stats and models are placeholders. The Albino Proving Ground Windows fails to open. Well, it looked like it opened on this one. Yeah, basic AP shells here. Seems to be pretty decent. 8-second reload. This is a tier 7, by the way. And it designates every target in for 2 seconds. That's kind of amusing, to be honest. Okay, so that's what the magazine does. It basically loads the shells instantly. No hydromax suspension, but it does look pretty cool, I say. And it does have the fancy Leclerc, sorry, the fancy Ariete side armor. Cool, and we have HE for some reason. Fair enough. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So I imagine the other option is basically a increase on the times you can target designate people. To be honest, the instant swap time does seem to be kind of memey. Okay, so the next one is the VAC Mosquito. Keep in mind is that once we purchase all the French vehicles, we should be able to get the French collector upgrade. As you can see, we now have 9 out of 11. So let's see how this does. And I also believe there's another vehicle in here as well. Shiskins and frame. Actually, it's you, I believe. No, fuck. It's Shiskin. So Shiskin also has access to the Al Hussein, which is basically a challenger, but we'll do that next. So this is a French AFE, 34% camo. Meh. This has a 4-shot ready rack though. Smoke grenades as always, that's probably the best way to do this. And we also get Spore Liner. So 100 more hit points. Smoke grenades, yada yada yada. There's also the choice between more hit points or more smoke grenades. Always go for more smoke grenades. I don't think those hit points are going to matter very much. Next thing we have is the Hot 2 missiles, and Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. Kind of amusing, it says anywhere from 240 to 1001. That's quite a bit. We have a turret revive as well by you. Next we have the choice between a Shark APS, which knocks down missiles, or an infrared sight. I believe the Shark APS is probably going to be more better for people who prefer it, but the infrared sight might be more efficient for people who are using errands, so results may vary. We also have the choice between a much bigger engine, massive difference there, that's pretty cool. Also an improved thermal sight or a cooling system. I believe spotting through foliage is probably going to be better. If we include that and the IR sight, we actually get a 60% increase of spotting through foliage, which might actually remove the need for a active thermal camera, but it should probably be pretty memey. I believe AFEs have invincible movement, so the thermal shield, so flash suppressor is going to be the way to go. And then the last choice is hot missiles, which have 1000 pen, Jesus Christ, which is a hell of a lot. Okay, those are top down. Are they top down? I don't know, they have really low pen. Unsure really, but and that allows us to use multiple missiles at once. But hey, 1000 pen, I think that's probably going to be more worth it in all honesty. And then lastly, track inflation system. But we repair time, we also have the Stingray upgrade. That sounds pretty cool. And then improved reduction drives, which gives increased acceleration off road. This does actually look to be pretty amusing for a vehicle. Let's see what that Stingray camouflage was. So the Stingray camo is... there we go. That looks suitably Frenchy. It'd be kind of weird though. So the difference between these missiles, we have Hot 2 MP, so it might be worth to see the difference between those missiles. So at the moment, the Albino Polygon testing grounds as usual isn't apparently working, probably like a 50% chance. So if it fails to load here, we'll simply just go somewhere else. And then after this, the clerks are going to be placeholder / testing models, so kind of unsure. So these are the Hot 3 missiles with 1000 pen. 1000 pen is like, some tier 10s don't have this level of, Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit! And it's a 7-second, well, more than a 7-second reload. This is a pretty beefy boy. There's even a little thing. We can actually go probably straight through the turret on that Abrams there. Maybe. It's only in that one. Is there any bigger? Not really. There's no tier 8s or anything, but hey, the ability to go through its goddamn turret. Like, Jesus. This is incredibly memey. 1000 damage per hit? This is... Looks like I'm running with a cornet, although this should probably be a little bit fatter and less stealthy than other AFVs of the same tier. So we wanted to do the other missiles, so 14-second reload. Are these like top-down attack missiles, or do they explode? Because it doesn't really seem particularly useful to use them. They've only got 500 millipen. Okay, let's see. So damage on you as always. I need to find something that's actually kind of meaty. Let's see. So red Abrams. Did it do any damage? Game kind of bugged out. Okay, let's see. So what about... Okay, so these kind of feel like the Heat MP missiles. But then again, you do have the 1000 hot damage, so I imagine that's probably going to be a better option. Okay, that's the VAC done. And then next we're going to have a look at the Al Hussein, which is basically a tier 8 challenger, because, hey, why not, right? But then after we've done the tier 9 and tier 10, we'll have a look at the Spec Ops. Apparently the Spec Ops isn't particularly workable at tier 8, but we should be able to get through that. So, vehicle to buy is the Al Hussein. Can I buy you? Okay, do I even have you? Okay. That's probably why. Right, I'm an idiot. So the Al Hussein is there. This is a pretty meaty boy. So kind of looks like a regular Chally, but I imagine there's probably a lot more going for it. So we'll fully upgrade it and then we'll compare it to the regular Chally to see what's up with it. So Spore Liner, massive hit point increase. ERA package, of course, that sounds pretty normal. I don't believe there's going to be any differences. Improved suspension. Air induction pre-cleaner, 2% crew increase isn't really that much of a difference in all honesty. I like smoke grenades, which gives off double the amount of volleys and APS. Huh. Well, that's better than a soft kill, I'll have to admit. Day-night system, which gives a view range increase, which is kind of meh, really. We also have a rangefinder, which gives a max spread, improved loader, and AP rounds 825 pen. That is very, very good. It is exceptionally good, actually. 825 pen is... Well, that is more than tier 10 levels, I gotta say. So, let's swap. So let's take out everyone except Shiskin's vehicles. There we go. So, the basic Chally has a lower plate of 500, upper plate of around 800 to 1.2, 600 driver ring. So let's see the difference. So as we can see there already, the lower plate is 500, which isn't great. However, 800 bit there. The turret is also markedly improved as well. However, there is that little bit there. And we've also got all of that lying around. So, yeah, kind of functions like a chally. So keep in mind this is without the usual commander stuff. So at base we've got 4,000 hit points. I am using Alicia on that chally though. Probably a lot more ERA as well. The Challenger has better camo. It basically looks to be an upgraded chally, which isn't really that much of a difference or a problem really. So let's go back to Francine's vehicles. So keep in mind is that these Leclercs are going to be very much advance of progress. There we go. Can we actually get there? Okay, cool. Right, let's put you there. Cool. Looks very Leclerc-y, and I believe it has a commander that you can unlock. Commander, no barrel lining. Okay, so straight up, armored cruiser. Damage to crew reduced by 50%. That's pretty deep. That's actually really deep difference. We have a enhanced module kit. That's really decent as well. We also have the Azor package. And then we should be able to figure out what that exactly that does to the tank. Smoke grenades, kind of nice as usual. Do we have any choices yet? Okay, so we have the choices between experimental smoke grenades or an improved turret traverse increased by 40%. Jesus Christ. Already the turret traverse is 35 degrees. So it's either going to be a choice between more smoke grenades or that, and I'm well, you know me. I'm very smoke grenade minded. We also have the choice between the soft kill APS or better AP rounds, 800 pen. The usual AP rounds are 120, so we'll go for those. The ability to actually pen your enemy is better. And then there's a choice between the trophy APS, which is hard kill, or an improved autoloader. So the basic autoloader, so the basic speed is 8 seconds. So yeah, go for the autoloader. That's probably going to be a much better idea. And now we have a reload speed of 6.6. Jesus. Okay, this has a reload speed better than the T90MS actually. What we have now is a 60 round upgraded ready rack. I believe that basically just upgrades the ready rack. Real thing now. Aim time reduction. That's probably going to be the thing to use. Improved gunner sight, better accuracy. It's always pretty decent. HE shells, no one cares about HE. Better reverse speed though, 38 kilometers an hour. It's actually pretty different, pretty decent. And now we have the choice between either improved thermal sight or improved turbine. Spotting through foliage increased by 45%. I imagine that might actually be the thing to go. 45% is a very big increase. And then either improved commander sight or I mean, when you really gonna swap? I mean, fuck it. In all honesty, it's gonna have a really quick what's the term? Camera fracturing motion. That's really decent. I mean, even with the loader of swap, I mean, just about every commander out there has a reload swap skill increase, so I don't really see the point of that. And then movement speed off-road increased by 20%. I mean, the bushes aren't really going to help, so you are a giant MBT after all, so you might as well go for that one. Let's go for the universal retrofit slot and barrel lining. Not through vehicle Leclerc. That's. Do we have to go the way first? Huh. Weird. Do I have to research all the modules? Unsure. Just research everything. 1, 2, 3, kind of genuinely unsure what that is, but oh well. That should be a pretty decent one. Okay, so let's see what the armor protection system does. Keep in mind this is a placeholder, so we have... So the heat rounds have 750 pen. I don't think we really need to particularly bother with those. So now we have 800, which is actually tier 10 levels. That is an incredibly weak lower plate, holy shit. I don't think that's really going to help, is it? And the Azor package is basically Ariete style, which granted is... Yeah, I guess it could have its use with side scraping maybe. Kind of unsure really, but oh well. It's there. Is the battle path unlocked yet? Unsure, but oh well. So that's the Leclerc. I'm kind of wondering what the point of all of that is. DPM of 5.4, which is actually pretty decent. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see if that will go in the testing grounds or not. So we have a reverse speed of 35 kilometers an hour. We have a 6.6 second reload, but this thing has slightly better lower plate armor than the T90MS and the Yachtplot, but the T90MS and the Yachtplot have really small lower plates. So this thing is basically going to have to be permanently hull down. I mean, I didn't think I could find a tier 9 vehicle with a worse lower plate armor than the Leopard 2A6, but I think we found it. So pretty decently fast. Smoke grenade time 360 degrees. That's actually pretty decent. I like it. We have heat round basically. So as you can see here, 6.6 second. I imagine with the rate of fire increase and everything, you could probably chop this down to around 6.4 or something. And then with Cortez or Rachel, you could probably really get this going to the meme. These very much feel like they've got the same damage as the Abrams and the 2A6, but much faster reload. So better gun than the Abrams, worse than the 2A6, but it has a 6.6 second reload, while the 2A6 is like 7.4 or something. So you get what you pay for, basically. And then you've got one more vehicle to unlock, which is the Leopard T4. Sorry, the Leclerc T4. I called it Leopard. However, unfortunately, this is the test server, and I can't exactly buy that. Can I? It's 14 fucking thousand gold. So, yeah, that's a pretty big one. This has Hesh. Holy shit. that sounds to be amusing. So, are you sure this is the right tank? That's gun modifications, and it looks like it has the same as the basic Leclerc. I mean, okay then. Okay, so we have an engine. Oh, so we have a bunch of slots we can pick. So top speed, defense. So defense is rate of fire increase, max spread. That is quite amusing. Top speed raises acceleration by 200%. What's the difference? Max speed, ultraverse. So it looks like top speed is probably just better than that altogether. We have a universal retrofit slot, Stingray camo, and a new commander, which is pretty decent. Okay. So let's see what this new commander has. So he's called Vincent Girard. Something. Can I purchase experience? Oh, I need 10,000 gold. Okay, well, unfortunately I don't have 10,000 gold. But who cares? Master Sergeant. This is a lot of ranks to go through. I mean, as you can tell, I have quite a bit of XP lying around, so I can just fully upgrade this guy. So this guy gets, kind of like Gears 1. Reload speed is increased when hits of 50 or more potential damage are repelled. This is a Leclerc, by the way, so I don't really particularly imagine that's going to be very useful. So we have quick rotation, fire safety, a hit point increase. Huh. So it looks like in total 3%, 3%, 5.2%, 3%. So in total you can raise your tank's hit points to roughly the same level as Alicia. Quick aiming is actually pretty decent. Reload speed, I imagine those two aren't going to be particularly useful. Trade hit points increased by that. I imagine you probably want to go for the fire safety ones. And then next is likely going to be going down for the hit point increase all over. Quick aiming seems like something that's too good to pass up, in all honesty. Just have mobility, handling, traverse, screw death. Reload speed is increased by 0.6% if the vehicle is moving slow. That doesn't, 1.2% doesn't really seem that particularly useful. And now I imagine turret traverse speed increased by 2.8%, 2.8%. That's actually pretty good as well. Hell, if you wanted to, you could probably ditch those and go for those guys over there, but recall maximum speeds. I don't get it. Okay, so might as well just go for a simple pair speed increase, in all honesty. 16%. So this isn't probably the best one in the world. So in total we have roughly Alicia levels of hit points. Reload speed increased by 7.2. Repair speed increased by 17.6%. Aim speed increased by 17.6%. Crew stat penalty, that's actually pretty decent as well. Fire safety and better hull and turret traverse. It seems to be quite weird. So this thing's armor profile so far is, this counts as Hesh for some reason. Very weak. That doesn't seem to be too great. 399. Is that the fucking hell? That is very weak. This side, I mean, like I said, this is a placeholder, but if this is the actual stats, this thing is going to get punched through by tier 4s. How you can pen it with Hesh? Okay. Well, I want to see this this top speed thing. So let's see how it goes, because this will amuse me very much if you can just immediately rush B out of your out. Sorry about the stuttering. If you can just rush B out of the way. Okay, so we have the aim shot, override, and smoke grenades. So smoke grenades are quite usual. We also have that aim shot, which I believe is something that just goes penetrated. And then top speed, right. So let's see what top speed does. So this is its usual acceleration, pretty decent, no one will argue. And with top speed, holy shit! And it lasts for 20 seconds as well.
Identify target. Hostile PC.
I mean, I imagine that's probably going to get you up corners pretty quickly. And also have to wonder if also we're also getting some lag from the test server as well. This is something quite usual. Okay. Question is, does the splash damage count back to the tank? No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, that's amusing to say the least. So that's pretty much the French line done. We're going to have a look at the Spec Ops next in a later video, as it's going to take forever to compress both of them together. The video will be no voice line, it's just going to be me playing, so you won't have to deal with that. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video, and I'll see you all for the upcoming video of the Spec Ops. Oh, and I forgot to add that there is actually a new base paint unlocked with a French line, I believe, which is called Black Emerald. Very amusing. So that is that. Olive is a little bit less green than St. Patrick, so that seems to be pretty decent. Black Emerald, Black Emerald. With the new camouflage, we have Rock 1 and Rock 2. That's about it for the French there. We also have Stingray. Doesn't look deep. That doesn't look bad, I think. And also Rock 1 as well. And then Winter Camo. You also get Stingray as well. So, in terms of differences between the greens, they go there and there. Olive. Not really much of a difference between Olive and Black Emerald, in all honesty. And then for this one, kind of a difference there, but St. Patrick is a lot more noticeable. So that's a quick little update. And as another quick note, it seems that I was unable to actually play the Spec Ops due to disconnection problems, so there won't be a Spec Ops today, sorry.